majoring in mathematics, there is something I want to ask.
Yes, please.
I have 2 assignments from campus which are about graphs and Dijkstra's algorithm. Can Anthony explain what is a graph and Dijkstra's shortest path in a graph?
In mathematics and computer science, a graph is the basic object of study in graph theory. In everyday language, a graph is a set of objects called points, vertices, or angles connected by connectors called lines or sides. In a qualified graph, which is usually not directed, a line from point A to point B is considered to be the same as a line from point B to point A. In directed graph, the line has a direction. Basically, a graph is depicted in the form of a diagram as a set of points, angles or vertices, combined with curves, lines or sides. Mathematically defines graphs as pairs of sets V, E, written with the notation G equals V, E, in which case V is a non-empty set of vertices or nodes, and E is a set of edges, which connects a pair of vertices. Besides, graph also consists of several types. Based on the presence or absence of a bracelet or double edge on a graph, the graph is classified into 2 types. 1. Simple graph. A graph that does not contain a bracelet or double-sided is called a simple graph. 2. Unsimple graph. Graphs that contain double sides or rings are called unsimple graphs. Based on the number of vertices in a graph, in general graphs can be classified into 2 types. 1. Limited graph and finite graph is a graph whose number of vertices, n, is finite. 2. Unlimited graphics. A graph whose number of vertices, n, is infinite is called an infinite graph. Based on the orientation of the directions on the sides, in general graphs are divided into 2 types. 1. Undirected graph. A graph which has no directional orientation is called a directed graph. 2. Graph directed. Directed graph or digraph. A graph with each direction orientation is called a directed graph. Dijkstra's algorithm, according to Edgar Dijkstra, inventor, is an algorithm used to solve the shortest path problem for a directed graph. This algorithm was published in 1959 in the journal Mathematical Numerici entitled A Note on 2 Problems in Connection with Graphs, and is considered a greedy algorithm. The shortest route problem from one point to the end is another classic optimization problem that is widely used to test a proposed algorithm. The shortest route problem is considered good enough to represent the optimization problem, because the problem is easy to understand, only sums all the edges traversed, but has many choices of solutions. According to Andrew Goldberg, a Microsoft Research Silicon Valley researcher, said there are many reasons why researchers continue to study the problem of finding the shortest path. The shortest path is an optimization problem that is relevant for a variety of applications, such as network routing, games, circuit design, and mapping. The mathematical description for the graph can be represented G equals V, which means that a graph G is defined by a set of vertices, vertex equals V, and edge collections, E. Dijkstra is one of the popular algorithm for invariance in solving problems related to the optimization problem of finding the shortest path of a path that has a minimum length from vertex A to Z in a weighted graph. The weight is a positive number, so it cannot be passed by negative nodes. But if this happens, then the solution given is infinity. In the Dijkstra algorithm, the node is used because the Dijkstra algorithm uses directed graphs to determine the shortest route. Thus the explanation Lisa hopefully can help. Thank you Anthony, and now I have understood the assignment. You're welcome, Lisa.